good examples. And then I have a couple questions about the Warriors, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Which one do you want to go first? USA or Warriors?
Let's talk USA. That's why we're here.
Okay, that's right. You got Steve Kerr, Mr. Legendary. Did Jordan really come to you and say, hey, did you really go to Jordan and say, I'm going to be open, pass me the ball? Did you really? Or is, I heard that.
I did, but what I didn't tell him was that I was nervously shaking and sweating like crazy and desperately hoping that the damn shot would actually go in.
Come on, you were more confident than that, Steve. I know. I know. Hey, I just want to ask you a couple questions, kind of about USA basketball and kind of what this means to the development of players. Like, what's the tangible experience that they're getting and taking back to their team? From you saw the backside of it, so more so on that side.
Yeah, I think the players who are here are looking at it as a great opportunity for growth and development. Especially this year's team. They got a lot of young guys who are already very good players in the league, but want to become great players. And so why not play for your country, play for Greg Popovich, go to China, play in the World Cup. It's an unbelievable opportunity for all these guys, and they're all excited to be here. They're playing with great energy and a lot of force, so it's fun to be a part of it.
Can you identify, or they're kind of being more than anticipated?
Not really. I mean, I think we know these guys so well, because we compete against them all year long.
Scout them all year.
And we watch League Pass every night. So we're very familiar with all their games. It's more a question of how they fit together. And that's what we're trying to figure out. This is day 3 of practice, so we're just getting started. But the whole game is trying to put the puzzle together and how it fits. And so I think that's the challenge, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
So talking about trying to put the puzzle together, try to fit pieces together. Your team, the Warriors, are kind of not going to be what they were the last couple of years just because of changes. You lose a player, you got injuries. Talk about this process. Is that just as fun as what you're doing here this week in the next couple of weeks?
That's incredibly fun. This is incredibly fun. I mean, just to coach basketball for a living is amazing. So, especially coaching the best players in the world, how lucky we are to do that, and then to do it with USA across our chest and to compete internationally, pretty great honor and really, really fun.
Steve, coming up against this, White was maybe the best player on the court yesterday. What would you assess of his performance kind of against your team in the last couple of days?
Eric's been great. He's a big, strong guard. He gets anywhere he wants to go. He's got great pace and patience to his game. Never seems to be in a rush. And he plays downhill. He gets into the seams and makes great decisions. So we saw it last year. He had a great season with the Spurs, had some huge games. I think he's ready to kind of take that next step.
Do you think that last season has helped his confidence out here?
Yes, yeah. I mean, to me, when you're early in your career, that first year that you actually get to play and start and really feel confident, the next season is where you see the biggest leap, because now you can do it, but now you start to expand your game a little bit. And so I think Derek's looking like an emerging star.
And one more Spurs-related question for you. What do you think about their newest, large assistant they just hired? That big guy.
Duncan?
Yeah.
He has no idea what he's doing. He knows very little about the game. I mean, just because he can put the ball in the basket, you throw it to him and he can score. I mean, what does that mean? I just dropped my water. I'm already so upset just thinking about Tim Duncan coaching. It's making me tremble. He should have stayed home.
What have your impressions been of the 4 Boston?
They've been great. Marcus Smart, the last 2 days, was one of the best players on the court. Jaylen Brown is athletic, tough, and strong. And then the skill of Kemba and Jason is going to be really important for our team. So all 4 guys have played well.
How much attention did you pay to them in 2018? There was a chance when you were going to see them in the finals. I mean, have you seen like a maturation in Brown and Tatum since that point?
Well, I don't really assess it that carefully. I just know those two guys are great players. I mean, they're entering their third and fourth years, I guess, whatever it is. So they're still very young, still blossoming. They have a great coach, great organization. So they're on a hell of a path, and they're only going to get better. I think more minutes. That's the biggest thing. I mean, Looney's one of our best players now. He's been a solid player for us the last couple of years. Really good role player. Now you look at the roster, and he's one of our best players. So I told him at the end of last season in our exit meeting, so I'd like to play you 30 minutes a night. He wasn't capable of doing that in the last couple of years, but towards the end of last season, we started bumping up his minutes to 26, 27, and I think he's a guy who we should be able to get to 30 minutes, and we're going to need to because he's, as I said, one of our best guys. Oh yeah, I was scared to death we were going to lose Loon, so I was thrilled to get him back. I mean, he's kind of part of the core of our team, the backbone of our team. He's so smart. He's the perfect character in terms of, or he has the perfect character in terms of what you want out of a player. Great teammate, great worker, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, he enjoys the game, but he's just a rock solid person and wonderful to coach. Yeah. I mean, at the time, we weren't sure that we could get both of them. And so to be able to get both guys was huge for us because Willie's going to play a big role for us, too. I think they'll both play the center spot, but Looney can also play some four. And I think what you'll see from Willie is he can give us kind of that JaVale McGee look where he's one of the fastest bigs in the league, plays above the rim, he's a lob threat. He's got a little more to his game too, and he's a young player, so we'd like to help him, take the next step and get better. So that's the whole point.
How nice is it whether you guys have been written off so far?
I don't know. I mean, I don't pay much attention to that. We are who we are, so. We've got a lot of challenges in terms of plays, injury, and losing the guys that we've lost. Where that puts us in the West, it doesn't really matter because you just got to go out and play the games, play the season anyway. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. We got added some really good pieces, and now it's our job to put them all together.
Coach, is it nice to have PJ Tucker on your team rather than coaching against him in the playoffs?
Yeah, much more fun to play with PJ than against him. He's just such a tough, physical player, smart. He's given us fits with the Warriors the last couple of years with his offensive rebounding, his defense. So it's really it's fun to be on the same side.
It's kind of a must to have a player like him on a team where you've got a lot of star talent.
Yeah, I think there's always a place on any team for a guy like PJ. Knows his role. Can knock down a shot, good leader, good teammate, been around the world literally, so nothing's going to surprise him. And, the fact that he's played FIBA basketball, I think he played overseas for 4 or 5 years if I'm not mistaken. So he knows the rules, which are very different. I think he can be a big help to his teammates.
What's been the emphasis of the campus?
The emphasis has been establishing the mindset defensively. We have to be tough and fast and physical without fouling. We're trying to establish that right away. We'll figure it out offensively as we go, and we'll get more comfortable offensively. But the big key is we've got to be able to make stops and then run off of those stops. So Pop's really been focused on our defense.
Pop has been really good at adjusting to the styles and players. Maybe this is really he cherishes this moment.
Pop's good at adjusting to everything, you know. But the key to Pop is that he's such a great communicator with every type of player, whether it's an old vet or a young player trying to make it to the league. And it's so fun for me to see him working with the players, working with the staff behind the scenes. He's one of the all-time greats, and so I'm lucky to have played for him years ago and now to coach with him, and I'm excited about learning more from him.
Jerry just mentioned Coach K and Pop actually don't know each other till 2016. For you, do you feel that's amazing that two best coach, they don't know each other at all till 2016?
Yeah, it is. That is.
Jerry.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible because they've both been around the game for so long. So now they finally connect and they've grown very close. And Jerry's done such a great job with Team USA, over the years, and he picked the right man to replace Coach K in Pop. So we'll work at it and we'll keep trying to get better and we'll see what happens.
You guys played small for the last 4 or 5 minutes of that scrimmage we were observing. How do you feel that worked out? Do you feel like that is a serious option for you guys when you play at the World Cup?
Well, I think we're just trying stuff, and we're looking at different players at different positions to see how they fit, and it's something that we will definitely consider. But it's day 3 of training camp, and so who knows if it's something we're going to do.
Through 3 days, have you sort of seen where tough decisions are going to have to be made as far as paring down the roster? Where do you think that the toughest decisions will have to be made?
They're all tough. They're all tough decisions because you have a whole roster full of guys that are really good players. They wouldn't be here. And cutting players is always hard. Even in training camp, every year we bring in guys for camp who we know aren't going to make the team. They know they're not going to make the team, and yet to sit down with them and say, this is it. It's brutal. It's brutal. So we're going to have to do that, with a handful of players here, and it's going to be even more difficult because they've all cut time out of their summers to come here and try to play for their country. And everybody's excited to be here, wants to be part of it, but we can only take 12, so it's going to be tough.
Before Sunday, how much prep did the coaches do together as a staff?
We met in San Antonio about a month ago. At coaches meetings and talked a lot about stuff.
You have 2 minutes and 43 seconds to continue to talk to these
educate
people.
them.
Do you think you can make it through that?
I'm going to filibuster.
The questions have been amazing, I'm sure.
If I keep talking, they can't answer another question.
They've been all about you. All the questions have been about you.
Yeah.
So anyway, Pop's a wonderful human being.
He paid for your trips to San Antonio and he treated it all the good news.
That's right. You know it.
But what kind of prep was that? Was that more about style of play? Was it more about
everything? Everything. What kind of player? What kind of players we were looking for? What our roster was shaping up to be? International rules, the FIBA rules, how different they are. What our roles were going to be on the staff. And then we've all been in contact since then. We have calls and texts, and so we got a good head start before we were here. And then before practice started on Monday, we had a couple of days, Saturday and Sunday, for coaches meetings to get everything squared away.
Is there any good nuggets today? And I saw you talking with him a couple of times.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific that he offered that you necessarily hadn't thought about?
Well, great rules-based suggestions. The game is so different than the NBA. Timeouts are different. The bonus seems to come pretty quickly, and it's so important in a 40-minute game to try to avoid fouling and keep your opponents off the foul line. And so he had some really good suggestions and thoughts.
There's no live ball timeouts tough to deal with? Like, is that?
Yeah, it's different. You can call them after
a made basket.
a made basket,
but not on a. Hey,
No.
it's been ugly for a few minutes. Let's stop this.
Yeah.
You got to wait for.
Gotta wait for the ball to go in. So it's different. You gotta get used to it.